Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, September 27th, 2024. Once again, my daily vlog. Get up each morning and talk about what I've been doing, what I'm doing next, and how it's going, trying to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. And getting started a little late today. Hurricane Helene came through last night, and I'll talk more about that at the end, and the impact look, it was devastating for much of Florida. We got off pretty easily here in Jacksonville. My friends over in Tallahassee, George, I know he never even lost power. We'll talk more about Helene and the experience this morning. But first, let's talk about yesterday, before Helene got here. The first line of duty was to complete that long-form video. It was a Miss Pac-Man joystick player, just like the Pac-Man, but the Ms. version of that. Produced the rest of that video. You remember I had done the part of it on Wednesday, and then Thursday morning was getting it all edited and published. Got that out about, again, 12:15, something like that. Overnight, 4,700 views on that guy, just a bit below Pac-Man, but surprising, because Miss Pac-Man, I think, is a more popular title. But we'll see. I mean, again, it's brand new. It's still, look, performing well, just not as well as Pac-Man. It's not like I'm going, oh no. It's actually one of the top 2 or 3 performers, the recent 10. But I thought it might have potential to even pass Pac-Man, and it may yet. We'll see. Let's see. And then yesterday was actually my wife and my anniversary, so we went out to lunch together. Went kind of a long lunch and had a nice afternoon. I got back and started prepping for the next long form. My goal was to have it all table shot and ready to start this morning, but I ran out of steam yesterday. I think part of it was storm anxiety, not sure what was going to happen between myself and my friends and family. Part of it was just tired from this week. I cranked out a lot of stuff this week. I think I got out 3 long forms in 4 days, I believe, if I'm remembering that right, plus the podcast, plus another podcast. Anyway, Patreon stuff. I was just tired. I didn't have the momentum to get that shot. So I'm going to get to that today, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about stats then. So a little chart, I would like to be ideally at or above this midpoint, which is an average over the last 7 days of 13,000 views and 80 new subscribers. And we are at 17.7 thousand views average and 148.5 subscribers average over the last 7 days. So well above that median point. And what impact does that have on our subscriber count? Well, pretty good. We were yesterday at 60,265, and this morning we hopped over 3, of course, and went to 60,400 and about a quarter or so. So still good momentum. As you can see, an average of about 145, 150 a day, which is still fantastic. Remember when I got out of the hospital and it was like, 15 and 20 a day at best, and it was real frustrating, and we've made up for that. I think we've definitely made up for that. So today my target is to produce that 3rd long form video. Look, I got a package from My Arcade that has 3 products in it, and so I want to get those 3 done this week because they all release on the 30th, which I think is, what is that, Monday? I think that's Monday. So get it done by into this week, so at least it beats the street date. And we'll see how that goes. Anything remaining time after that, I'll shoot for prepping for next week, and thumbnails and research and writing and all the little things that are peripheral, things like that. So then I'm going to see a movie tonight. Going to go see that Lost Robot animated film I'm seeing good things about. Okay, let's talk briefly about the hurricane. It was Hurricane Helene. I think it made groundfall at a Category 4. I'm no meteorologist, but that's what I last saw. Here in Jacksonville, we had we were expecting power outages. JEA was telling us that was the case, and in fact, about 11:30 we lost power. I have, as you imagine, computers running everywhere and UPS is running everywhere, and they're all beeping at me. So when I realized it was staying out, I kind of went around the house and manually turned everything off. Went to bed. A lot of wind, a lot of blowing, a lot of rain. But in our neighborhood, other than power outage, it looks like we got off scot-free. And in fact, the power tried to come back on at 8 a.m., but we heard something explode in the distance, so that didn't work and went back off. And it came back on about, about an hour ago or so. And I spent the first 30 minutes of that hour going around turning things back on, powering up systems and reconnecting and all those things that you do when you have a very connected house like we do. So, yeah, I think we're, yeah, saw lots of comments yesterday, you know, stay safe, be well, all those things. I think we have. I heard from George over in Tallahassee. He never lost power. My mom also is over there, and she did and still doesn't have it, but they're working on getting it restored. She has a generator, by the way, because I live in Florida. So she's okay. So the long and the short of it was, powerful storm, made landfall. You can look at the reports. We're all okay over here. Mo is coming back from traveling overseas. I haven't heard from him yet to see where he ended up, because I'm sure his flights got diverted. It was a hell of a time for this to happen for him. So, yeah. Anyway, the summary was, I was getting to, everybody in my direct orbit seems to be fine. I checked with my daughter down south, and she's good. So, yeah, Hurricane Helene was another good to be prepared. Happy it didn't have the impact on us that we thought it might. Though it had plenty of impact on lots of people, so my heart goes out to them. Yeah, so that's my Friday. I'm kind of coasting into the weekend, get that long form done, and ready for a breather this Saturday and Sunday. It was going to be a convention weekend, but as you can imagine, that got postponed, so that's pushed out to October, so that'll be down the road. All right, yeah, let me go see what I can get done today. Thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, if you're one of those kind folks that are here every day, you won't believe this, but I love you. Big surprise there. Thank you for being here. So much appreciate you. Have a great Friday and a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to do something good for yourself. And I'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.